welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. This is a What's Your Calling reading. We're going to do a little bit of this. So, What's Your Calling readings? If this is the first time you're seeing me, this is for the collective. This is for folks who are exploring other options, or being forced to, switch careers, or maybe starting their own business, or whatever the reason. This is a space to explore what that could look like for you, and maybe some of the things that you're feeling. I think there's a lot of doubt in our society that entrepreneurship, unless you have a fuck ton of money, can be a realistic thing. So this is kind of to help support that. I know my family doesn't really, they support other people who are entrepreneurs, but me, no. That's not possible for you, right? So maybe you have people with limiting beliefs around you, or maybe you've just had that internal monologue or narrative happening for a long time, and maybe you're thinking about it, because I think in these times we all have passions, we all have skills, we all have talents, we all have strengths, right? And it's a time to really, while this system falls on top of itself, it's important that we also have something we're building alongside of that, right? And a part of that building is all of us really stepping into our power, our again, passion, skills, strengths, the things that we want to do, the things we're excited about, right? You're not excited to be a fucking corporate accountant, right? And not everyone is, but money is the root of all evil, and money is a tool to create the life of your dreams. And when we start centering ourselves around money, it pulls away from, again, the things that we're passionate about, our skills, the things that we want to do. And that's what dims our soul, right? That's what takes our light away from us. So What's Your Calling readings are going to be exploring what kind of field we maybe are thinking about. We have this life purpose deck that we're using, and then we'll tap into the sacred rebels, and we'll get some guidance from the rebel energy, renegade, visionary energy. And then we're going to look into the soul journey cards, which are larger energy themes, to pull out what maybe could be stopping us. And then we'll do a couple affirmations, because I'm an affirmation. My name should be Ashley, or Affirmation Ashley, quite frankly. Okay, I usually do 10 of the first ones. So I think we have 10 here. 10 fell out. Let me check. We got more than 10 maybe. Ooh, we have 9. So we need one more. Alright. One more. And if this one doesn't resonate, if I go through these and you're like, I don't like any of that shit, I have a whole playlist called What's Your Calling, and I also went through this deck individually. I went through both this deck and the Sacred Rebel deck in shorts projects. The Rebel deck is called Righteous Rebels, and this one I think is What's Your Calling. So those are just under 30 seconds. So if you want, you can go check that out, or the other What's Your Calling readings are available. Okay, we have Trust coming up. Perfect. Okay, let's go. I've got Stranger Things going. Season 3 is just starting. Alright. Strength. Everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. So if you're in a space of feeling weakness, don't allow yourself to. This is a reminder, you are strong. School. The answer that you're seeking involves going to school. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean you need to go to college, but I think of school like life as school. So maybe there's just something you're thinking about, like researching or looking into. This is your reminder to go ahead and do that, right? Maybe there's something that you want to explore. Google is free, right? There's plenty of other people. I think one of the things when I was in this process of really trying to pave my own path, finding other people online was super helpful, especially because I came from a family who was like, you can't do that. Ew. So finding other people who had similar paths or had already done what it was that I was seeking was super helpful for me. It was validating. So I think that can be included in school. All right. We have teaching. You inspire young people to learn. Again, not just young folks, but everybody. I think we are all, remember, we're all experts of our own experience. And so we're, if you allow yourself to be open to learning new things, I'm uploading a reading right now called Integrating Your Ego. So this might, sometimes the ego can get in the way, right? I know everything, right? But we don't. Everyone has different experiences and paths and passions, and that's the way the world is. All the flowers look different, all the animals. Think about cats. Every fucking cat you see is different, right? I've never seen two cats that look the same. So that's the world we live in. Things are supposed to be different so that we can learn and grow with each other, right? So again, teaching and learning hand in hand here. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. So if there's something you've been thinking about doing, trust that you're being guided to that or given those little ideas or reminders for a reason. That's your spirit team talking to you. Oracle cards, you are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. It doesn't necessarily need to be cards, but maybe you are in a space of, that kind of goes with teaching. Really allow yourself to trust your own knowledge, right? Your own expertise. Practice. Polish your skills by practicing regularly. Heart's desires. The angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. I think I touched on that earlier in the intro, but the thing about what you're calling readings is that the earth is dying. Oh, that's a Blink-182 lyric. But the earth is dying. It's being killed, right? And so are humans, and the system itself is barbaric, right? I think we're starting to figure that out. And so as this system again collapses on itself, we have to build something to replace it, right? And that takes each of us. The universe is supporting that, right? I think a lot of us have soul callings to be here at this point in time because we are living in prophetic times. Don't allow yourself to get oh, this is normal. No, this is not normal human history. Yes, humans have always had certain massacres, but the rate in which we are aware of what's going on, it has never been a thing. I mean, not that we know about, at least, right? Not since this system, barbaric system, has been in place have we been able, it's been shrouded in lies, right? Lies have been consistently covering everything, and so again, this is the first time that humans as a collective have access to all of this information at the rate we do, and access to each other. So when we think about the access to each other, we can continue to learn, right? That's where we want to network. I often say we need to organize locally and network globally. And again, when you see other people doing the things that you have been told you can't do or you don't think you can do, it reignites that spark within you to know that it's possible, and the universe needs us to all be doing that. That's why I do these readings, because this is about our own divinity, allowing our souls to take the driver's seat versus our concerns about money, right? I'm not telling anyone to quit their job and become homeless, but think about ways that you can start a side hustle that can supplement your income, or think about ways that you can shift completely out of your career doing something else. Think about it, right? Start the process. Sensitivity. You're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. So maybe you need to change your diet, your location, your, what changes do you feel like you need to make? Energy heal. I'm yapping a lot. Energy healing. Your natural energy healing abilities are an important part of your life process. And we have books. You connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. whether you're writing a book, whether you are reading, whenever. Alright, let's peep in on the Sacred Rebels and get some guidance from the Renegade energy. If the system is not trying to mute you, then you're not doing enough. The censorship is insane. So think about that. The powers that be created this internet, right, to exponentially grow the human trafficking connection, right? So if we can take something that was made for such a barbaric use and turn it into a global, like, web, right? It was called the World Wide Web when it first came out. I was there. And that's what it was. It was for connecting, but it didn't have quite nefarious reasons, right? So now these motherfuckers have taken control of everything, and now they're censoring the fuck out of us, right? So remember, from a millennial life before internet was grand. It existed. It worked really well. It was a thing. So the internet is a tool, just as money is a tool. Do not put all of your eggs in one basket, because the powers that be still have control over both of those things, okay? So this is about finding more of a space of more self-reliance and sustainability within these readings, okay? Whatever that looks like to you. We have diving for light. What is your truth? Right? Allow yourself to be led by your passion. The perfection of your life. However you're moving is perfect, okay? But if you're unhappy or if you're unfulfilled, then just make some changes. Reconnect to the inner child within you that wants to have fun, that wants to be free, that's curious and excited about everything. That's your spark, your inner child. And there's a lot of healing that needs to happen for that. So I do have playlists, again, for all of that inner child healing stuff. We have the Chasing Nostalgia, Shadow Work. Those can all help support you, and just the readings in general can help support you with your inner child. Okay, we have the power of attraction. What you give out is what you get back. Always. It's a universal law. It doesn't really exist within linear timescapes, but what you give out will always be what you get. So be careful. Inspiration. What inspires you? Who inspires you? Stay in that energy, right? If they have and everybody has a platform. So if you find someone who inspires you, I'm not like saying stalk them, but like allow yourself to be inspired. I think I have this poster on the side of the ambulance, and I think it's my Facebook banner. Inspire and be inspired is what it is. So allow yourself to do that, okay? Focus on the light. Again, the light energy. Maybe you are feeling like you're in the darkness right now. I think most of the collective is. That doesn't mean to ignore the shadow aspects of yourself. Don't ever do that. I mean, we do until we understand what we're doing. It's the ego. Again, if that resonates, go check out that ego reading. It should be posted. I mean, it will be posted by the time you watch this. But check that out, okay? Visions of life beyond death. I think fear is a factor, or not, no, death is like this huge fear that people like have. But ultimately, there are three things that are true for each and every one of us. Birth, change, and death. So, like, be comfortable with the uncomfortable, right? And I think the way that we can become comfortable with the uncomfortable is if we are living, like, actually living. Remember that the word evil is live backwards, okay? And the word devil is lived backwards. So, make sure you're living, all right? And that's what this is about. It's about really living, allowing yourself to live, right? Money is just a tool. Time is where the real freedom is. If you can reclaim your time, you can do whatever the fuck you want. If you have more time to make money or make things to sell or network with others or find collaborations or build a house or whatever it is. Time is the freedom, not money. I mean, money is helpful, but time is where it is at. I think there's a Pink Floyd song called Money. Yeah, there's Pink Floyd has a song called Time and Money. So maybe go check those out. Abundance. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Yes, you absolutely can. I have some manifestation videos up as well. My human design is a manifesting generator. I'm a master manifester. It takes practice though. I haven't always been this way. Take notes. Again, you want to stay in the vibration of what it is that you're trying to manifest. So if that's other people that have already been there, done that, continue to watch them. Not like stalkily again, but like continue to stay on their pages, continue to get their updates because they're making content, right? Stay in that energy, stay in that frequency. Instead of, talking to the person at work that's like been at that job forever and hates their fucking life and their family and everything, right? Be very cautious of the energy you're around because, again, the energy you give is going to be the energy you get. Loneliness. I know that I am never alone. Just because you're doing something different doesn't mean that you are alone. And there's been hundreds and thousands of renegades before you, people who have chosen different paths. That's how the world changes, right? We have to be the change we want to see in the world, or it will just be the same thing, right? We're in a huge pivotal moment right now of change, and it's not being ushered in quickly enough. There's not enough rage. The masses have been pacified, and the system has done just such a great job of keeping people in scarcity and fear. That line from Hunger Games is coming when President Snow says, the only thing more powerful than fear is hope, and we do not want them to have hope. So, have hope. All right, we have loneliness and abundance. We did those two. Did I show you those? Abundance and loneliness. We have doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Change is the only constant. You can make your own decisions, but when you start working within the universe, when you start really stepping into your calling, your purpose, you're going to be guided. You can barely make wrong turns. I mean, you can choose wrong, but it's just a pivot. It's not like a complete overhauling of your life. It's just like, okay, well, that was a lesson. Moving on, right? Death. I am learning that beginnings or endings are merely beginnings. Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. And judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. The people who judge you are not, they're too focused on you, right? Those folks are not happy with their own lives. So don't allow anyone, I often say, but I haven't always been this way, but I am now. What other people say about me is none of my business. And I said this to my neighbor the other day, and she laughed. Like, she was uncomfortable that I said it. But I said it, and I'm like, just because people say that doesn't mean it's true. Like, I know my truth. I'm not worried about what people are saying about me. It has nothing to do with me. So, when you can get to that point, you can really make anything happen for yourself. Do not allow other people with limited mindsets and miserable lives deter you from your fucking hopes, dreams, the life that you know is possible for you. And again, this is about, it's about stepping into a role to make the world better, right? It's not just for you. We all have certain things that we want to do because part of our human consciousness is wanting to help others. And we've lost that along the way right now in our current reality. not so much. So I still have hope for humanity, but that's because I know how I move. Same with like romantic love. Like I still have hope for romantic love, even though I've only really experienced unrequited love romantically because of the way I love. Like I know that I deserve what I give, and I've given so much love that I know there has to be at least one person on this planet who can also do that for me, right? Eventually, our paths will cross. Stillness. Not taking action can be the most powerful stance. Let yourself rest a while. Enjoy the sacred silence of your soul. Doesn't mean get apathetic and lazy, but take a minute to reflect, okay? Embrace, make peace with the unknown, and trust that things are working out for the best. Assistance, ask for help when you need it. Receiving is also a way of giving. Again, all the energy you give will come back to you. Lone wolf, you seek your space, but are you alone or lonely? Accept the love you have now. That's 2 cards about loneliness. So that could be something that is really, maybe you're really fearing that. Maybe you're going to have to step away from family and friends, but you know, it's about, I've been thinking about this a lot the past 2 days. It's like, it's about quality, not quantity, right? Just because, like, if you're around, like, baby daddy always tries to throw it in my face that, like, nobody likes me, but I don't like people, right? Like, I used to be that person that would walk into a room and be like, oh my god, does everyone like me? And now I walk into a room and I'm like, I don't like these people. Because I have self-respect. I have authenticity. I'm walking in my purpose. When you're walking in your purpose, it doesn't matter what other people think about you or what other people are doing. I'm on my own path, right? Think of a trail, like a walking trail. Sometimes you go over rivers and through mountains, and grandmother's house we fucking go, right? But like sometimes you pass other people, sometimes you come up on like a fucking intersection. Think of life as more of a game like that, right? Not to like play people, but be like, so if you feel like you have to walk away from people, just because you're surrounded by a bunch of shitty people and it like makes you look popular, you're still surrounded by a bunch of shitty people, right? So there's like this crab in the barrel mentality a lot in our society, competition. People are not going to want you to be doing better than them. So, you know, I have no contact with pretty much everybody, my family, friends from the past. Only 1 or 2 have really made the cut through the years, and they're more acquaintances at this point. We're not really like, you know, like hang out, but like we are in similar movement spaces, right? So we interact. But I'm really solid by myself. I'm happy alone. I feel energized alone. So don't be afraid to be alone. I have been forced into moments of solitude that I think have helped me get to this point. So I don't hope that for anybody. But practice doing things alone. Like challenge yourself if this is something really difficult for you. Challenge yourself to like go out to eat alone or, you know, do something alone. I mean, there might be some like teenage girls who laugh at you, but eventually those girls are going to figure out that they're surrounded by assholes. Or maybe they are the asshole. Kindness. Every time you help someone to rise, you go higher. No act of kindness goes unseen. And waking. The moment you can see forever is the moment you awaken. Begin here in this moment. Begin here in this moment is your true home. I think there's a word missing. It is your true home. Alright. I think we got them all. Alright, let me pull one more from here. 1 or 2. Just because these are really friendly uppies. So again, don't do anything drastic, but allow this reading to, you know, spark that curiosity. Allow this to awaken that inner child who wanted something better or more, not necessarily better, but wanted something more fun, wanted something more aligned, more meaningful. All right, allow that person to wake up within you. Remember the now. It's the little things that make life big, and attitude is everything. Believe in yourself and go out and make things happen. Enjoy today. Stay present. Have a good one.